Yo, what's good with y'all boys? Mikesaboveu here. I'm currently the rank 1 Gambit Global with over 100 games played and a 70% win rate. I solo queued from bronze to top 300 in the whole entire world using Gambit only. Yeah! Yeah! I saw Gambit as a new opportunity to basically challenge myself to learn this very, very difficult and complex character that I will be teaching you guys how to play in this video. All of this that I'm going to show you in the video is what I know now. Of course, there might be some text or some new things that I learn in the future about this character and his playstyles, but this is what I know for now and how it's worked for me. So if you guys do have any questions, make sure to comment down below. I will try and answer every single one of your questions about this character. And if you do enjoy this video and you want to watch it live, make sure to like, subscribe, and I stream it all live at twitch.tv/ChazM and I sometimes go live on YouTube. So yeah. Let's get straight into it.
I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Now we're going to go over his abilities. First off, his left click is a healing and damage shuriken like Genji from Overwatch. Next up is his melee. He does like a little combo thing. 1, 2, 3. It does all the same damage, by the way. Next up, his right click actually does heal himself and his teammate. And if you want to damage an opponent next to him, you can heal yourself and damage him at the same time. And you can combo his shift and his right click to get to pretty obscure places on the map, and you can heal yourself, damage enemies, and of course heal your teammates. Alright, so now onto his E. This card actually heals yourself for 20 heals per second, and now if you press EE, you will heal you and whoever is next to you like a little atom chain healing. And if you press EF, it is a little AoE cleanse, and you also heals yourself. This is actually a pretty game deciding ability because you can cleanse off things like Groot, Angelo, and Strange. Now onto his F card, you deal more damage with all your abilities, meaning your left click, your melee, and literally everything does more damage. Mind you, you can still heal your teammates on this card. It's not like anything changes except you deal more damage. As you can see, that guy just literally blew up. Now if you press F and E, there's a little knockback AoE damage. As you can see, they get knocked back and damaged. It's really that simple. Now onto his FF, it is an AoE anti-heal. This one is really important in the clips that I will show you later in the video. Now onto his ultimate ability. This is an LOS ability, line of sight, meaning if you are not looking at your teammate, they will not get your ultimate ability. And if you do pop your ultimate ability, it is an immediate health effect. It gives them jump boost, damage boost. It also gives them a movement speed boost, and most importantly, it cleanses them of anything. So basically, it's like using an E and an F. Also, if you just saw that, it does take a little second for the cards to travel through the air. As you can literally see the animation of the card flying through there. So it is not an immediate thing unless you are right next to your teammates. They will not get it immediately.
I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Okay, now we are on the more detailed side of things, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky to explain, so I will try my best for you guys to understand. This genuinely might be the hardest guide for me to make because there's so much to talk about, but it's so hard to organize. Again, I'm really sorry if it's hard to understand or it's unorganized. The most important thing I can tell you about card management is that every time you use your E or your F, you will lose one card, and there's no possible way to recharge it other than passively recharging it. If you want to use your card immediately for a passive, you know, you can shoot around, you won't be able to use an ability, but by the time your bar ends, you'll have another card about 1 second after. Now that I told you this, card management is going to be a little bit easier to understand. I would say the most important thing about Gambit's kit is his card management, because a lot of the times you'll see these Gambits in lower elo, even sometimes in higher elo, they will have 1 to 0 cards the whole game because they're wasting their cards. The 3 biggest tips I have for saving your cards or card management is number 1, being patient with your card usage, which also means preparing for the future. This is more of a game sense thing. And you know, you have to know what ultimates the enemy team has. If they have a Bucky or they have a Groot or a Strange, you kind of just want to pop your healing card and get ready for, you know, a quick reaction and a cleanse for your team. Also, if they have a lot of damage like a Bucky or Phoenix and you never know when your team is going to take a lot of damage, you can just have an EE ready for your whole entire team. My second tip is you don't have to use an extra ability after popping your card. You can simply just use a damage card to output more damage. You know, you can also just use an E to just heal yourself while outputting heals. Like, you don't have to use an extra ability. And what this does, it allows you to get these extra benefits of a card while not actually using 2 cards. My third tip is kind of a crazy thing that I even have to say because a lot of Gambits don't even know that this exists. You can literally reload your ammo by using a second ability like EE or FF. So you can basically just min-max by popping one of your E or F and then mag dumping using all 7 of your bullets, pop an ability, and then immediately get back into the fight. And what this does is you get the value out of an ability, you immediately start outputting heals or damage, whichever you choose, and you basically just get an insta reload. Like it doesn't get better than just popping this ability, using all 7 of your bullets, then popping another ability, getting all 7 of your bullets back. You just get 2 times as much value as you would.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Okay, now onto his left click. You guys know it's a shuriken like Genji. You know, 1 card does less than 2, 2 does less than 3, 3 does more than all of them, and he has no fall off damage. So you can kind of poke a little bit on this character. And one thing that I found is really good for aiming on this character is if you want to aim a little bit to the side of them, you will hit 2 cards if they're far away. Because if you aim directly at them, you're going to miss your other cards. So if you aim a little bit to the side of them, you know, you're going to hit 2 cards and get more damage. And if you get a little bit close to an enemy or you're ever in a 1v1 on this character, if you add in your melee, it will literally change the way you play Gambit forever. If I only shoot this guy with left click, he will die way slower if I shot this guy with the left click with the melee in the middle, because there's a little combo at the 3rd melee like I mentioned earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to kill 250. And if I add a melee in between, look how much quicker that is. It's literally insane how good his melee is. Onto his shift and his right click. These things are like peas in a pod, right? So shift and right click depend on each other a lot because, you know, the shift and the right click. A lot of people get confused on when to ever use your right click, and I feel like the best way to use it is if, let's say you don't have any cards and you're trying to heal your teammates next to you, I would say you use right click, you'll be able to heal while you have no bullets. And then of course you can get a little bit aggro with it. Let's say you're coming up in a 1v1, you know, you can add your melee in there, bang, bang, bang. The right click can be used very offensively and defensively, it just matters on your playstyle. Now onto a shift. People don't really know if they should always save a shift and a right click together. I mean, it is a really good combo, but as I said before, sometimes you might not have your right clicks and you need them a lot for healing or DPSing. So sometimes saving just a bare shift is good to get some sort of space away from the enemy. There's actually a tag that not that many people know, and you can actually get more distance off of your shift and right click with the right timing. What this means, if you do shift and a right click immediately, you're not going to get very far. It's about 20 meters. Without exactly telling you how to do this, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Get that much more distance. Like, that's crazy. Onto the explanation. There is a little grace period after your shift. It will say big easy impact. As you can see in the middle of my screen, there's a right click that says big easy impact. And what you're going to want to do is elongate that as long as possible so you get more distance in the air, and it will look like this. Sometimes you can get up to like 30 meters, which is pretty crazy. The best way you guys can improve on this is, of course, just doing it over and over until you get the timing down, and it should look like this. You should get 25 meters instead of 20. Another thing a lot of Gambits don't know is you can actually be very aggressive with your shift right click, and it will look something like this. It's almost like VP. Of course, if you added a damage card on top of that, it would be a lot quicker. Also, Gambits don't know that you don't have to be directly straight with this dash, meaning you don't have to go in a straight line. If you ever want to get out of a sticky situation, you can always dash to the left or dash to the right, and then use your right click to go other places. It will look something like this. It's like if you were boxing, you don't want to telegraph where you're going to go to the enemy unless you really need that distance. So let's say I'm trying to get up there, but I'm fighting somebody over here. I could just dash to the left and dash up out of their line of sight because this is so forgiving. The more you do this, the better you get at it. You'll get just more and more techie. It's like a BP, but you know, you get 2 dashes instead of 1. Now onto his EE ability. This is the most important ability on his kit, and I think it is better than the cleanse because I think the cleanse is very situational. But there are some things you need to know about this ability. Is when you press EE and there's nobody close to the target you're trying to hit, it will only heal them 1 time, as you can see. It only heals them 1 time. So if someone is ever low on your team, one thing I like to do is I like dashing close to them, popping my E, and then the EE will bounce between me, and then I can, of course, you know, just heal more like this. So if you ever want to pop an EE, make sure there's more people around. Another thing you can do is you can actually bounce your EE off of walls or the floor. Meaning, if they're far away and I'm really far, I can bounce it off the floor. And as you can see, it literally bounces between them. You don't actually have to hit them straight to the face. If I hit it right here, I'm pretty sure it'll bounce off. Yeah, it literally bounces off. So you can hit like a lot of crazy fun heals on this character. Meaning, you can also heal yourself instead of doing an EF to heal yourself. You can just look at the ground and it'll send a chain your way. Now onto his cleanse. You can cleanse a bunch of ults, including Angela, Groot, and Strange, as you can see here. It's literally the most broken ability in the game if used right. And then of course you can just get out of the fight and just continue healing your teammates. If you time it perfectly, you can literally cleanse his ultimate when you're hit. I'm not that good yet, I can't lie. I'm really not that good. So I'll probably show you guys that in a future video. Or you want to be the range? Okay, okay. Hold on one second. I got it! Oh my god!
By the eye of Agamotto.
I got it!
By the eye of Agamotto.
I got it! Oh my! Oh my god, it's possible! Now onto his FF. His FF is really, really good. Because this anti-ability can be shot from anywhere on the map. As you can see, they are 100 meters away. And I can anti them. And this anti, if you call out targets with this anti, you can literally insta-kill people. Something really crazy about his anti is if you anti someone in a support ult, if enough people are looking at them, you can literally kill through Luna ult, Mantis ult, literally any support ult if timed correctly. With his FE, I really only like using it if there's like a lot of people around me. I don't really like using it to one person because I just think the anti is so important. And, you know, it's just the best thing added in this game. And the only time I ever use it is, you know, if I'm trying to get away from somebody, knock them back and get out. It's also very, very good paired when you do an FF, you dive in, and then you FE. As you can see, they all just blow up. It's really only meant to really finish people off. Yo, pause. But yeah, I really don't use the FE that much. I think the anti-heal is the most broken thing in the whole entire game. Now onto his ultimate ability. This is the best ult in the whole entire game, no doubt. It is the only ult in the game that is mainly used for offensive capabilities. This ult is really never used for defensive unless, you know, you're trying to cleanse your teammates. It can kill through any support ult if you combo it like I'm about to show you.
Oh, you want to walk in with them on mine?
Yeah, we can combo.
We have this, we go forward.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna anti, they're all on. Oh!
Oh, I like this aggressive Gambit ult. That's the one thing I've liked about Gambit's ult so much is it really is an aggressive... Oh! Wait, that was clean. Wait, that was actually such a clean combo. Cooking.
Oh my god! That's so... As I said before, you can pop this ult very, very far away from them and through walls, so you can kind of hide and just do it a crazy ult like this. And of course, they can just combo with it, and like everything just dies. Also, you should always use your Gambit ult to match their Gambit ult because, as you just saw in the clip before, you can die during an Invisible or a Luna ult. Now, this is a crazy thing about his ult. If somebody in your team is in an Invisible, if you are blinded by a Daredevil, if they are not literally on your screen and you physically cannot see them with your own two eyes, you will not be able to ult them. As you can see, if I pop my ult, they don't get it. So you gotta be very careful of when you're popping your ult. If they're in smokes, you cannot ult them, and this will literally make or break some of your games. You can literally lose off of this one mistake.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
So Gambit is literally the best 1v1 character in the whole entire game, and the reason why is because he does a lot of damage and he has a lot of self-sustain, mobility, basically versatility for any situation. So there's two ways to break down his 1v1s, and it is if you have all of your resources available, you're going to want to pop your F because you have your resources to heal yourself like your right click, you have a dash to get out, And you know, you can always just immediately use your ability, pop an E, and then pop an F, right? So there's always a little place to lay back if you do take a lot of damage or it's a little bit hard. Now onto his healing 1v1s. Let's say you only have 2 cards, right? You only have an E to spare, and you have one of the abilities for the E to use, you know, like your EE or EF. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pop your healing card, and let's say they're doing a lot of damage to you, you're going to look down and press F. And the reason why this works as more healing instead of EE is because if you look at your EF, it's all little like projectiles, you know what I mean? Like it's little shots. So if you look down, you actually hit like 3 shots underneath yourself. And if you press your EE, it would be as if, you know, there was somebody next to you and you only hit yourself 1 time. So you only get 1 health or healing thing of your EE. So if you're always in a tough spot and you're low HP, you always want to use your raise beneath yourself. And you know, you can always use your right click to heal yourself more.
I'm thinking TPing. I'm so confused. What's going on?
Oh, no.
Peni is flanking. Peni is behind him.
Oh, I think they're just throwing. Yeah, they're just throwing.
Pops the oh, he's gonna cook this guy. Oh my god, he actually cooked him.
I got mine out.
No way he wins the battle with the Angelo, right? Oh my god, actually cooked the... No way a 3rd one, right? Yo, someone help him. That's 3 1v1s in a row.
This character is so good at 1v1s.
I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Alright, we are onto his combos. There is a very, very viral clip going around right now. It is F, left click, shift right click, E, left click. I think it's actually a very good combo, and I see me actually doing this in a real game, but of course, you're gonna have to play very, very aggro for this. Don't get me wrong, this is a great combo, but the thing I love about Gambit is there is an infinite amount of combos you can possibly do. You can literally press F, left click, melee, right click, left click, melee. There's just an infinite amount of combos you can do, and there's not really just a combo guide for it. You kind of just, you know, do whatever you feel like. That's why I love this character so much. But the clip that you see where he does F, left click, dash in, and then E, that's a really good combo. I think you should probably try and use that one. I love creativity though, so if you ever find out a combo, please send it to me and I'll probably do it in a next Gambit guide video or a short.
I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Play style and positioning. This is such an important factor to Gambit's gameplay. Just a reminder, before going over these playstyles, keeping a cleanse is always a smart thing to do when you know they have an important team winning ult that can be cleansed. Let's get straight into his damage playstyle. This is only if your team is on triple support. This means you can take more 1v1s because you have 2 other healers in your team. You can focus mainly on anti-heals, on tanks with a very occasional E, and EF for heals because, you know, you have 2 other healers. With this playstyle, you need to take into account that you should mainly take off angles or flanks with a hit scan like Hela or a diver like Magik. You can choose. You know, all you have to do is call your anti and they just delete them from the game. I don't have anybody to really do this with me, but if you had a Magik here, you would understand, you know, they just get deleted from the game. Let's say you're on the flank with your Hela and you're getting shot at. You can always just pop an E to heal yourself, heal him here. And if you guys are both taking a lot of damage, you know, just do the chain healing between yourself. You can right click yourself. And, you know, you can just keep going for these off angles. Why did I just TP? But you can go for these off angles and get insane picks with this playstyle. Again, only if you are triple support. Never do this in double support or you are literally throwing your game. Now onto his healer playstyle slash double support playstyle. So, right, if you have like an Invis or you have a Jeff double support, Rocket double support, this is the playstyle that you need. You want to play less off angles and play more main, healing your tanks and farming your ult with the very, very occasional anti to the back line. And what I mean by this is, let's say your whole entire team is full HP, they're on a Mr. Fantastic triple support, they have no actual damage, then, you know, you can focus up a little bit more on damage and just pop your right click to heal your teammates. But this is, again, a very situational thing. Most of the time when you're on double support, you want to just be spamming heals. Your slams should mainly be used if you are low HP or you have no other ammo to heal others around you. You should always save a dash to get out. Or you can always save 2. In my opinion, you should save at least 1. You should never be on 0 dashes because if they have any divers, you're just waiting to get tickled. The main goal of this playstyle is to get your ult as fast as you can, get your whole entire team in it, and because if you get your other healer in it, they will farm their ult faster, and you can just insta-win the game by popping a 5-man ult and just being really aggressive. Now, here is a very, very niche playstyle, and it is the solo support playstyle. This is 99.99% for competitive play when nobody on your team wants to play healer. They're all just insta-locking DPS. This really shouldn't be used in scrims because 2 supports is just better. Surprisingly, this is the most viable solo support in the whole entire game. Now to my reasoning why he's better than even people like Rocket is because he has more escapability. He's not an easy target for divers to kill, unlike Rocket, who literally just has 2 dashes that don't even heal himself like Gambit. For this playstyle, every single shot needs to go into healing. Your main priority is using what I said before about saving your cards as much as you can just to get the passive effect, and only use your EE if your team really, really needs the health. Never use your EE on a solo target in this playstyle because 1 wasted card and your whole entire team dies around you. You can also play a little bit closer to your tanks if you even have tanks, because you can actually just heal yourself and heal them while saving your bullets and saving one of your cards. 100,000,000% of the time, if you're on this solo support, you need a shift and right click to get out, because you will get dived all the time on a solo support. Let me say this again, this is one of the most niche comps in the whole entire game, but if it ever comes down to it, you know how to play this playstyle because the big Gambits above you taught you how to play solo support. Crazy, right?
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Now onto some gameplay analysis and commentary. I'm just going to tell you the reasons why I'm doing things and just other things. So here you can literally see me pop my damage ability. The reason why is because my whole entire team is behind me. There's no point of me ever being on a heal card here. No one's dealing damage to me. I always have my resources and my right click and all that. So whenever you are starting a game, I always like to be on the damage card. Getting some poke damage here. I'm on another damage card because, again, there's no point of me being on a heal card. I didn't know they had a Magik. My Moon Knight just falls over because their Magik actually has a great dive here. There's not much I can really do here other than just play around my invis shield. Unfortunately, I go out. Looking back at it, I should have used my right click and my shift to get out, but I wanted to stay close to my invis because if I got another one of my E cards, I would have been able to dash through her and heal me and her, but I got killed too quick. I also don't know why my invis just jumped away from me. I see my Emma get pulled in here, so I can just bounce it off the wall and it will always bounce to her. So, you know, I don't really have to wait until I get LOS to her. I can just shoot the EE. I'm kind of just trying to farm my ult, making sure my DPS are staying up while I'm doing a little bit of poke damage. As you can see, I pop my anti and I get a pick there. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because I realized that none of my teammates were taking actual damage, and we actually did hop on a triple support here. So I popped my anti, and we actually did find the Spider-Man pick. Just waiting for the Magik. I use my EE. I'm calming to my team. And I know that Magik just used her dash, so I can just press her a little bit. Even if I don't kill her, as long as I press her, apply pressure, you know, she can't get that much value. My Moon Knight ends up going down. I have my ult. I use my ult because I see my Moon Knight is dead and I see they're down too. And I know they might have a support ult here. So I just want to confirm this point so, you know, it's easier in the future. I go first for the Rocket. The reason why Rocket's such a great person to go for is because there's not much escapability when you have an ult like this. And as you can see here, because of the way I press him, I save one of my extra Fs or my E's in case he stops moving and I'm able to, you know, finish him off like I did, pause, but I did end up landing the anti-heal to kill him. Also, you see me dash through this mag, it's because at the end of my ult there's actually a burst, so, you know, you can be very aggressive with your shift right click. I pop my F card there just to get some extra damage to cap the point quicker. There's not really a point of me ever being on a heal there. Now I'm on triple support, and this is where I can get a little bit more aggro, as you will see later in the game. We're coming up on 2 support ults, so I know I can be on my anti-heal because there's not really a point of me healing here. My team pops Mantis ult, so I'm going to be the very last person here because I am the hardest to kill support in the game. So I'm just hard marking for their Spider-Man. I end up landing my right click on him. I'm just trying to full heal my team so nobody gets one shot. I still know I have Invis, so I really don't have to do much healing. I just have to farm my ult as fast as I can. We pop a Moon ult and we cut off their whole entire team, meaning their Peni is out of LOS, and I can easily kill her, but I end up dying to Emma there. Sorry for my commentary skills, I'm not the best at it. Kind of just trying to farm my support ult because I know they have Gambit ult, and if I don't have Gambit ult to counter their Gambit ult, we're going to lose. Pop my anti here because, of course, you see that. Their Magik goes down instantly because of my anti. People don't really expect it, but when there's like 4 of them grouped up, this anti gets so much more value than you think. Of course, she just literally blows up. I can be a little more aggressive here, and I can get another anti, and I confirm 2 kills with my anti there. The reason why I antied, I probably went over this, probably said it like 10 times already, but I have triple support. I'm allowed to do this. I don't need to focus on damaging. I almost get a nasty flick. I try and take his health pack. I end up and I kill him. And I'm pretty sure I get glazed by my Moon Knight there. But yeah, I have ult for the next fight, and things are about to get freaking aggressive here. I'm going to pop my F here, I think. Yeah, I literally pop my F because it's the best thing to do is to just get some extra poke damage, make them a little bit scared. We can be very aggressive here with my ult. I see their Magik dives in, so I'm going to pop my ult immediately. We're all just going to hard press W. And the most important thing is to call your targets. I actually made a big mistake here if you didn't see that. I meant to press E and then F, but I guess I was too antsy and I pressed E again. I meant to do an F. I would have saved my Moon Knight life. I would have saved my Mantis's life, but you know, we all make mistakes. When getting dove by Spider-Man, you don't have any resources. This is where you pop the E that I was talking about earlier. And I almost killed him there. But, you know, I didn't have any resources. There's always a Spider-Man just freaking tickling the back line. I just got to play more in the back. I see he gets slept, so I go for a little F, left click F. I don't know what their Strange is doing there. I'm always trying to play behind my other supports when I don't have my ult. Because, you know, they have a Spider-Man and a Magik, and I'm harder to kill. I know their Magik is still on the left side, so I'm going to get into a position where I can actually heal my whole entire team without them really having a good angle on me. I don't know what their Rocket's doing up there, but then their Magik is stuck in the back left. Spider-Man is on me, so I'm going to pop my anti because I know he's not a threat. I have all my right clicks, all my shifts, so if he ever does dive me, you know, nothing's really going to happen. This is where I pop my E to get ready for her ult. In case anybody gets close to getting one shot, my Mantis goes a little low, so I'm going to play close to her and just keep bouncing heals around with my EE. I'm getting really close to my ultimate here. I don't have an extra card to cleanse that. Thank God my Invis had an ult and they're, you know, they just get collapsed on. I should have pressed W here. I don't know why I didn't press W. I got a little scared. I took like 5 damage. So, the only reason I popped my ult there was because I think it was my Mantis that got really critical, or my Invis, one or the other. But when somebody gets really critical like that, and their team is just coming in, if we get staggered or one of our healers dies, as well as our Moon Knight, we just lose the next fight. So I took the risk of just trying to help both of my healers and secure this point so our healers could come back. Looking back at it, it might have been a bad decision, but I get really aggressive with it because, you know, I mean, just look at that. That's so disgusting. That's so disgusting. I was talking about that in the 1v1s earlier. You can get infinite combos. Like, there's really not a specific combo you need, but the melees are so important in those type of situations. I apologize if my commentary sucks. You know, it's my first time actually doing gameplay commentary with nobody watching. So, yeah. I know we don't have any support ults, so I'm going to be a little bit passive on my card usage. I'm probably going to use my E's here. I'm not sure. Yeah. We don't have any support ults, so I need to play really passive. Telling my team to kite this. There's nothing you can really do in this situation if you don't have any support ults. I almost get the kill on Spider-Man there. I pop my E card in case anybody's on point, but everybody ends up dying. If my Mantis plays close with me, I can, you know, do the EE and we can never die. They just don't end up pushing. I almost get the killer on Spider-Man. That would have been huge. I'm just trying to poke I'm trying to poke as much damage as I possibly can so I can get my ult quick. Because if I get my ult first, then we just win the whole entire game. Still farming my ult. My Mantis pops. My Mantis pops ult. When they have a mag ult, you just gotta get out of there. You can't really do anything about that. I pop my ultimate because I know the fight is definitely winnable. Especially if we call targets. Again, that is the most important thing. That is so disgusting. That's so disgusting. I'm glazing here. But this combo is so good. If your melee in your ultimate ability is so freaking broken, you should be using that every time you're in your ult. Just focus one person. Use your F card. I get picked off there. I don't know how I died there. I think both of my supports weren't alive, so that makes sense. My Strange ends up calling for the portal. I know they have a Spider-Man, so I'm going to body block it. I'm going to let the rest of the clip play out for you. Oh, I blocked it. I got him too. Oh my god. Oh, I can answer backline. Look backline.
Peni. Oh my god, I love it.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Oh. Annabelle maybe?
I'll win. I'm gonna win. it.
I'm on cap. Just touch.
Oh! Oh my god!
He's him.
Yo! Oh my god! Now that you guys just saw it, I'm gonna go over what I was thinking in this situation. Right there, I hear that they pop Gambit ult. In my opinion, I don't think there is ever a situation where I go in there because I'm going to get absolutely melted. So I know if I kill the rocket in the back line, this fight will be a lot easier if our teammates can survive just a little bit longer. I end up picking the rocket. I don't have any cards because, I went all in on the rocket. I can't heal my team, and they end up all dying except for my Moon Knight. My Moon Knight actually does a good bit of damage to them. Right here. Here is where I know their magic is low, and I know for a fact she will be going back to the health pack. So I'm going to cut her off here. I don't really care about killing her in that moment. I just care about, getting the health back from her. Because if she ever gets the health back, we instantly lose this game. We just literally lose. I pop my damage card because I'm going all in. There's no point of me ever being on a heal card here, especially in a 1v2, because I'm just going to die no matter what. 20 healing per second is not going to outdo this. I end up getting the two nastiest melees of my life. And, finishing it out. I'm just going to show you guys the very end of it. They end up popping Punisher out here, so I want to be as much of a nuisance as possible. I really don't care about killing him. I just care about him not going to point. So I'm just going to, really just tickle him. And bang, that's the W. I hope you guys learned a lot from this gameplay commentary. Of course, if I did bad, please let me know. Here's the full stats for you guys. As you can see, I kind of just diffed everybody in the whole entire lobby on every possible metric. So, yeah. Also, big shout out to these three goats, TTV Nums, Strings Lover, and Crimson Bolt. They literally helped me make this video at 3 AM on a Friday. Shout them out. They are the freaking goats. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it and you learned something, that's all I really care about. Drop a sub. You don't have to. It's just if you enjoy the content. Also, let me know what future videos you guys would like to see. And with that, goodbye.